going on, y'all? What's happening with it? What's happening with it? Oh, excuse me. Daniel in the building. What's happening, Daniel? What's good with you? Chicago. Wait for some more people to come up in here. Going good. Oh God, please. You just couldn't help yourself, huh? You just couldn't help yourself, huh? Daniel, I'm gonna get you for that. Come here and talk about the Dodgers. Come on now, don't do that to me. Don't do that to me. The sore spot, you know, and the fact that just the thought of them repeating, you know. Muhammad, what's going on? Lonnie, what's happening? Trav in the building, what's going on, y'all? How's everybody doing tonight? That's not funny. That's not funny. I'm hurt by that. You know, as a Giants fan, you know what that does to us. Seeing, but I can't say nothing. That's the bad part. I can't say nothing. I could just have to hope that a miracle happens in, you know, because I mean, yeah, they're up 3-0. Nothing is ever secure at 3-0. And for those that watch baseball, y'all remember 2004, Yankees was up 3-0 in the series, just outs away, and Boston came back and swept them gentlemanly. They hit him with that gentleman sweep. Yeah, Jays are not bad. No, they're not. Let's see. Just chilling, trying to stay positive, for sure. Brewers offense has to wake up. Yeah. I mean, yeah, they got some power. Anything can happen, yeah. One time. Hey, that's all I needed. One time, as long as it happened, that means it can happen again. You know. Because that series, I was like, oh, shoot. Yankees about to do it to him again. And I remember that game, too, because I was like, I remember I was going to turn that game off. I remember I was going to turn the game off. And I forgot what inning it was, but they just started scoring. They won that game. And then the next game, I was like, are they really about to do this? Oh, snap. So I know as Yankee fans, 2004 ain't exactly a bright spot for y'all. I'm trying to find a good holiday. Man, you know what? I was doing that last night. I was trying to find a good one to watch. And for some reason, it's like I find myself like, dang, you know how you don't realize something until you start looking for something? And I just realized like all the movies that I was trying to find that was popping up, I've seen them already. So I'm like trying to dig for that one movie, but it's like all the ones you haven't seen are not good. I was a fan of Stephanie, but it had nothing to do with her in-ring work. We're just chilling. A little fella is out of town for fall break, so but hey, I remember them days. Didn't know what to do. I was like, oh snap, what am I supposed to do? Because you know how you get into a routine and and then it's like, okay, well, I ain't got my little one around, so what do I do to fill in that time? Yeah. It looks like Chris Jericho won't be. Oh yeah, I ain't worried about that. I ain't worried about that. Yeah. Yeah, I heard about that. I'm gonna tap in with that. But as far as Chris Jericho going up, I ain't worried about that. Yeah. He knows what he's getting himself into. Trav, you need to find a new mate and have some more. She said procreate. More procreations. Keep you busy. The Dodgers pitching. Yeah. But just wait until we get our new manager. Because we have the talent. It was just our manager was. Look, Bob Melvin is not a good manager. He ain't never been a good manager. I don't know how he keeps getting a job as a manager. He's not good at all. He had a supreme. This was one of the best teams that we have had since. And I'm not even talking about when a few years back when we had won the division and then we had faced each other in the playoffs, whatnot. You know, I'm not even talking about that team. I'm talking about the team that last won the World Series. We have pitching, we have hitting, we have defense, but when you got a manager who don't know how to use that, what happens is you go to first place and then you drop right back down. Stars, yeah, exactly. See, it's freezing here tonight and windy as well. Chicago, it sounds like you need to get you need you a cuddle buddy. Cuddle buddy. Cuddle buddy. You know what I'm saying? Keep you nice and warm at night. I would love to have more kids. Love being a dad. Yeah, I'm out of the baby making. I'm out of the baby making stages. Mine is a grown woman. I can't do the 20-something years separation between. I can't do it. You know, and at the stage of my life right now, I don't want no more kids. To be quite honest, you know, I don't have the same energy I did before. You know, running around and you know, and oh God, and I don't want to change diapers. I'd probably say, as a parent, that was the one thing. If there was anything, that was the one thing I did not like. You know, because it's not bad when, you know what I'm saying, they go to the bathroom, do the one, okay. You know, do the two, probably get like a couple nuggets or whatever, you know, wipe it up. It's those explosions. You know what I'm talking about? It's some explosions that be going out their diapers, up their back, coming down their legs. You know what I'm saying? All up on their stomach and stuff like that. That's the explosion I'm talking about. You got, yeah. So was so you was a fan of her? Oh, something like that. Something like that. I'm watching some Snoop Dogg show. He is coaching a football team. Oh yeah, Coach Snoop. He has a lot of info. He has a lot of players that went through his football camp and league. Or shit, in the league now. Shoot, I'd probably say about a quarter of the league is probably Snoop's players. Yeah, about a quarter. If it's not a quarter, it's close to a quarter. And now you have a tiny pitching game for us. Oh yeah, yeah, that's a wrap. But you know, things have happened. R.I.P. Ace Furley. Who is that? Chris Jericho lost his touch. Yes, he has. Snoop, a football coach. He really, yeah, he do. Snoop Steelers is the name. Yep. Yeah, that's for, you know, that's for street reasons why they're called the Steelers. You know, you footballs, where is that? Facts. Oh no, I don't need no cuddle buddy. I got a long chinchilla coat to keep me warm. Well, it wouldn't be another woman, you know. In his arms, really stupid, especially with these helicopter parents. Well, you know, the parents they don't know. You know, they be thinking that their kids is making millions of dollars playing, and they be going out of line. I'd be like, well, y'all, it's just a game, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Chill out. You know, it's okay to be involved in the game and be animated and cheer on, and you know, but to do all that fighting and stuff, like, why are y'all fighting the other parent? Like, and then and now your kid can't even play in the league. You know what I'm saying? Your kid been banned. You've been banned, you know what I'm saying, for a certain amount of time, or you've been banned for life. Can't even come to the games no more. Ugly. Don't need no cuddle buddy. Cuddling leads to kissing and kissing. And next thing you know, you just did 45 minutes of cardio and you're thinking away 45 minutes. Can't stay the night. Wait, hold on. I told Rogers will fuck up when it matters most. Oh, so they lost that game? Because I seen when he threw an interception and then I ended up turning the game off. Said it before, I'll say it again. I ain't ducking. Hey, don't want no snail trail. Oh shit, funniest show ever was Friday night. Yeah, okay. Okay, hold on. Let me 45 minutes. 45 minutes. 45 minutes. That's it? That's it? Only 45 minutes? Not an hour? Not an hour and 15? Hour 20? Hell, fuck it. 2 hours? I mean, you know, I've always been more of a like a 2 to 3 hour cardio guy. You know, I like to burn them calories. You know, a lot of different exercising. You know, you got your downward dog, you got your doggy style, you got your reverse cowgirl. You know what I'm saying? You got your missionary. Oh, Black Star, I know some of the leagues are pretty wild. My little dude is still playing flag football. Now that right there has been taken off. Flag football is like become something real serious. You know, I'll be watching when they be having the flag football games and the championships and stuff. I'll be like, oh yeah, this is, you know, like damn. When we played flag football back in the day, it was just for recreation. Now you can get paid off of it. The point is, he got to go. No. Well, you got to at least make him put in like an hour, though. You know, not no 45 minutes. You know, and then you need the recovery time. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, you gotta get your wind back, and you know, you gotta get the you gotta be able to walk. Gotta be able to walk out the door. You know, legs get kind of wobbly if you just trying to get done and you know what I'm saying, especially real good. You know what I'm saying? That real good second. Oh, or that that's that show legit made me laugh. I'll be watching USA for hours. That shit was funny. That shit was funny. I remember that shit too. Where is? Oh shit. So I'll stay in my chinchilla coat and eat pizza. Then I don't got to kick no one out. Men be in their feelings, crying, mistaking good sex for loving. That is true. But it's not all of us, though. There's still some of us out there that know the difference between just sex and love. You know. It's very rare these days, but I'm living proof of it. Hey, I'm living proof of it. You know. Beforehand, before I'm going home. Besides, I was sleeping in my own. So a girl never had a problem, you know what I'm saying, worrying about me staying. Because I'm going home and sleeping in my own bed. That's what I'm doing. I'll have to peep that black story. Oh yeah, Trav, check that out. That mess is funny. Unless it's Trav, Trav can come over for beer, pizza, sports, TV, and good conversation. Oh, you mean I can't? You mean I can't come over? I can bring a friend. I think it's on Netflix. Used to be on. What? Shit, I didn't even know it was on Peacock. But then again, sure, I was only watching wrestling on Peacock. Yeah, I didn't even realize that. Shit, I would have been watching that had I known. Hey, he appreciates that. Oh shit. Uh, oh, the love, love to see it. I love to see it. Yeah. Sure. Some pizza and beer. Sure, that's whew. But you know what? I never really was a. I mean, I drank beer, but I really wasn't a beer drinker. I like that liquor. Give me that liquor. I want that liquor. Another funny show was Hell's Kitchen. Oh my god. Oh, Bar Rescue. Have y'all watched Bar Rescue before? That mess homeboy be going in. I'll be over there cracking up. Or, but he be having them bars back up and running like brand new money. You know, coming out like Crime Time. Money. Yeah. Bar, Bar Rescue, that mess is hilarious. I'll be going on Peacock and be watching a lot of the reruns. Man, I remember my ex had got me into that show. Owners be in tears over changing. Yo, hey Trav, don't they be having like meltdowns on there? They be having serious meltdowns. Oh yeah. That's a man. Sacrificing your life. Bar Rescue is funny too, but that's funny as Hell's Kitchen, especially the ones that have the cussing on it. Oh, you be watching the unedited version. Okay. Yeah, I know that gotta be better than that Jerry Springer unedited. Oh man, I remember I watched that. I was man. As a matter of fact, there was a couple of my friends and we was watching it. It was like, this is what it is. This is it. Yeah. Bringing into hood. Yep. Bringing the hood to you. This ain't Hollywood. This is Hollywood. The funny part about that is there's an actual game called Hollywood. I don't think they did. I'm surprised. I'm surprised them cats never pressed them when they came into town. Like, hey, y'all can't be using that. Brooklyn, Brooklyn. There's a show. Ramsey said fuck like 25 times. Oh yeah, Ramsey be cussing his ass off. He be cussing his man. Whew. But travel would fit in with my friends. They're all moms. They want to talk about their kids and Trav is a good dad. So I can say, look, girls, this is what a good dad looks like. Yes, it's good examples out there. When dads are doing their business and taking care of their families, hey, I was a single dad. Up, crack of dawn, getting my daughter up. You know what I'm saying? Getting her ready for school. Having to go back in the room to wake her back up because she went back to sleep. Nope, you got it. Come on. Taking her to school, picking her up from school. Teacher press conferences, and all of that. Kind of confused about the new math that they, man. But I was there. Crime time simulation. Yeah, they ain't do anything with that. And keep them out of my hair while I. Oh shit. Hey, Trav. I've been in that element before. It's crazy because like when I stepped away from the streets to be a father, I had a lot of my homeboys be like, "Yo, Jay, hey, man, hey, you doing a good job." You know what I'm saying? You know, they'd be like, "Man, shoot, I wish I could." You know what I'm saying? But they still in the streets doing what they doing. And then like even now, the ones that finally got away and they doing their family thing and everything, they all come back and tell me like, I inspired them to want to be a better father. And when you do that type of stuff, that means like, yeah, you doing your shit as a father. It's a good feeling. I'll be pouring trap, sports pizza, beer, and women, whatever. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Having to have those uncomfortable conversations and all of that. You know what I'm saying? Now when she got into puberty and started developing everything, you know what I'm saying? She had her mom, she had her grandmother. You know what I'm saying? I let the ladies take care of the lady stuff. You know what I'm saying? But I took care of everything else. It's tough. It's tough when you have to play the role of, mom and dad. You know what I'm saying? Because I even told my mom this. I was like, I know, I see now what women be saying when they be like, I gotta be mama and daddy. Well, I had to be daddy and mama. You know what I'm saying? So I had to have patience for one, and I had to like show a sensitive side to me. I couldn't have that. You know, it's different when you got a boy. The boy, you know, you got to raise them a certain way. A girl, you got to raise her a certain way. And when you're a man doing it's hard. It's hard. But his daughter, you know what I'm saying? It's like I told my daughter, you know what? But I told her this when she was a teenager. I'm never gonna like your friends. I'm not gonna like your friends. I'm not gonna like your boyfriends. I'm not gonna like any of them. She was like, why? Because I'm your father and I'm protective. I'm overprotective. You know, I may be older and everything, but look, a boy's mind don't change through a generation. Okay, we all have them similar thoughts at them similar ages, and you know, it, it's not going down like that. You know, you know. So like any birthday parties or like when I would come and pick her up and all the little boys be around, they they be saying bye hella fast. like is that your dad? Oh, okay, bye. They be up out of there. I'm like, oh, I want to, you know what I'm saying? My dog told me they scared of you. Oh, they are? Good. They need to be scared of me. And I'm the least. I'm the least of their problems. That's the thing. Because she got uncles. She got uncles that's a little bit more short tempered than me. You know what I'm saying? So, yo, what's happening? I see you, cuz. What's going on with it? Yeah. They laugh about us, so Chicago don't threaten me with a. Oh, yeah, thanks. See, don't make me have a reason for a girl's trip to Colorado. Oh snap! I could be a good tour guide. Just don't take them down Colfax. Don't look, keep them out the hood. Keep them out the hood. Keep them out the hood. You know, single parents have it hard. They always have to be good eggs. Man, it'd be rough. You know what I'm saying? And the hard part is when I had to punish her and she knew she got in trouble, she had this look on her face. It's like, and I had to fight against that. Like, you know, I didn't want my little girl being sad. I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? But I had to stay firm within the discipline. Like, you know, you can't do this. You can't play your games. You can't. Nah. You know, I didn't. I think I may have spanked my child maybe one time, because she, you know, went a little bit too far. You know what I'm saying? She got a little bit, you know, little bit flipping with the lip. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, I didn't whip my child. I talked to her. You know what I'm saying? I talked to her with that stern voice. You know that stern dad voice? Trav, you know that stern dad voice? You got to put on. Man. See, being a parent can actually change your life for the better. And it sucks that John Cena or Nick Nimitz will never become a father. Oh, yeah. You know what I'm saying? I don't want kids. I like being an aunt and a cousin. You know, you know what's funny about that? My nephew said that too. He's like, I ain't finna have no kids. You know, I'm an uncle, cousin, all that. And he said that for so long. And then that one time. Kids are a huge responsibility, and the worry that comes along with that. I would be a horrible mom, would not let them kids go nowhere. You know, but you see, that's why, you know, the other half, the other parent got to be on their shit. You know what I'm saying? To where, you know, that parent can balance the other parent out. Because it is worrisome. I can imagine I'm super protective of my son. I'd be a mess with a daughter. Man, yeah, man, I'm telling you, don't go to the west, stay out the east, Stay out of Aurora. Yeah, I'll be a pushover. I ain't trying to have no kids mad at me. I'll tell you, it's tough. One of my nephews is 6, and he starts that crying, and I'm like, whatever you want, just stop. Oh man, it be like that. In Chicago, they picked up on that shit too. Man, I'm telling you, it be like that. Yeah, and you gotta fight against that. You know what I'm saying? You gotta fight against that because seeing kids cry is, yeah, it'll get to you. Now, when they over crying, when they be putting on the dramatics, oh, that's when we're gonna have to put a halt to that. Because you ain't about to be sitting around flopping and hooting and hollering and throwing your feet and legs up in the air because you mad and stuff and crossing your arms and pouting and doing. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. I'm that way with all kids. I'm not trying to have any of them not like me, and I'm not above by you know. Hey, but you see, and this is the other thing. Kids are manipulators. kids are kids will look when kids know that they will manipulate that. They will start knowing you will give something for. They will sit there and take the littlest thing and start a whole issue over it. You know what I'm saying? They will do that shit. You know, because you know what I'm saying, we don't give kids the credit they deserve. Kids are a lot smarter than we give them credit for. You know what I'm saying? Because hey, they watching everything, they seeing everything, they picking up on everything. We don't realize that because we caught up in our own shit. You know what I'm saying? But they seen everything, so it's like you want to make sure first of all that the environment is conducive to having a kid, you know, because if you growing up in the hood and your kid is growing up in the hood, more than likely your kid gonna be out there in the hood. You know what I'm saying? So it's a job and a half and then some. You got to have time to do it. In terms of being a parent, how does Chris Jericho have time for kids when he got shoot nannies, grandmas, aunties, all of the above? It's much easier just to give them what they want. Oh well, but when they older, they're going to be like, I had the best one. Oh, they will say that too. Playing the system like a motherfucker. Oh yeah, man. I mean, shoot, my daughter did it to me. She did it to me. So I'm just like, oh, you know what I'm saying? And she caught me at the right time too. It's like they know the right time to do it too. It's like they be pinpointing, like exactly, like okay, look, let's call a spade a spade. Them kids be plotting, okay? They be plotting, especially when they around, like if they have siblings or cousins or whatever. You know what I'm saying? They be plotting. Okay, I'm back. Um, that fool Brock said, "I don't give a fuck about your kids." I said, "Whoa." I said, "Damn, Brock. Wait, hold on, Brock. Don't you got a kid?" Oh man, J Millie, they don't be crying if you hand them a credit card. No, that's what I'm saying. They manipulated that. How his cousins get him going for see. Hey, hey, Trav knows just like I do. They be plotting, and they literally come up with plans. You know what I'm saying? And but you see, it'd be funny when you catch them. When you catch them, they be like, "What you think? What you think I was just like? What you think you was doing?" You know what I'm saying? My sister be calling me up, yelling at me to stop smoking. because they're expecting her to do the same thing. They're expecting them to do the same thing, or her doing the same thing. You know what I'm saying? You gonna get them kids in trouble, Chicago. You get them kids in trouble. I have to deal though. As long as they do good in school, they can have whatever they want. I mean, yeah, you definitely want to reward them. You know, if they're doing good in school, definitely. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's a good life lesson. You know what I'm saying? You work hard, you get rewarded, depending on where you at. Plotting big time. They are like the Raptors in Jurassic Park, testing the fence for weeks. On everything. On everything. I mean, oh man. That's funny as shit. Man, that's big facts right there. That's big facts right there. They be they be acting like they work for the Pentagon and shit. Setting up war plans and shit. Like, yeah, you get them to do that, and you get them to, oh, I'm like, okay, our teachers do. Oh man. Oh man, that must be funny. I know I'm guilty of it too. I know when I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? Shit. You know, I use the advantage of, you know, my brother being 9 years apart, and me really only being like the only kid around. Yeah, you didn't think I used that to my advantage at times? I sure did. You know, although I did have to take a, you know what I'm saying, of course back then you have to take the mass whoopings. But I was like, if this means I get what I want, oh yeah, I'll take the ass whooping. But now you can't whoop your kids. You whoop your kids, you go to jail. You know what I'm saying? Like, huh? Okay. Like I'm gonna call the cops on you. Yeah. You go ahead and do that. You go right ahead and do that. You know. And then when you do that, um, you let me know uh, how that works for you. You know. And the parent was like, you know, you need to chill out. And the kids start back talking to the parent. And the parent was like, look, you keep it up, I'll whoop you in the store. The kid said, you whoop me in the store, I'm gonna call the cops on you. Whoa. Next thing I know, I see that parent snatch that kid up and they left. And I was just thinking to myself, like, I know that kid is really not happy right now. You know. Uh, my gram used to make us go pick the twig. We went to get smacked. Oh yeah, that's that's that old school. Better grab that switch. I don't have kids because I raised your kids. Oh yes, go out there, go out to that tree, and pick a branch. At a branch. Don't don't get the small one though. Don't get the small one because that might be a few more lashes. You know, it's like wait, hold on. You know, you get older and be like, hold on, what the what? Yo, we got abused as kids. We got abused because I look. I took everything: switches, belts, um, the heels of shoes, um, extension cords, and sometimes just the flat out, you know, hands. Grab me and just. Yeah, yeah. I made that mistake one time. Oh yeah, yeah. The punishment would definitely be a lot worse than if you just went and got that, you know. But of course, you're thinking, okay, well, they just did, you know what I'm saying? And it's not like you could be like, well, you said go out there and get a branch. You didn't say what kind of branch. Don't be back talking to me. Who you getting smart with? Uh, you know, just saying, just saying, just. Oh man, belts was my main one. Oh man, oh my god. Let me guess. It was them thick leather ones, huh? It was some thick leather ones, huh? Because those were the only ones I got. Was some thick leather ones. Mm, you know, shoot, I be in so much pain and it hurt so much. I sure I go and lay down and go to sleep. Take me a nap. I got I got dried up tears all on my face. They be, go clean yourself up. Like, what the, I can't move. Yeah, yep. It's always the thick leather ones. It can never be the other ones, you know. And you see the bad part about that is sometimes they would be so mad that you end up catching the buckle. Mm, 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 mm. I was always getting into trouble. My big yeah, that was my issue too. No filter. Would you rather would you rather do have more kids or make a wish foundation? Oh, I ain't have no more kids. Sure. Make a wish foundation. Well, I don't like giving my money to foundations. I don't like giving my money to foundations. You know, so I do it the other way. I you know because I like to be hands on with things. You know, I don't want to just give money and then that's just it. You know what I'm saying? I rather I rather be hands on. You know, actually being involved. You know, in these kids' lives that don't have much time left. You know, because I think that's more valuable than anything. You know what I'm saying? And I understand why because they have to be able to pay these people. But this is my thing. If you have to pay somebody to come to spend however long with some kids that are dying, how genuine is that time? You know, because the kids are looking at these celebrities as superheroes, you know, special people, you know, and their only wishes, or one of their wishes, is to, you know, meet this person, or go do this, or go do, like, you know what I'm saying? Let you ain't got to pay me. Just let me know, and I'll be there. You know what I'm saying? What you want to do? You know what I'm saying? If I'm going to spend my money on a kid, I'm going to spend it directly on that kid. So that kid, you know what I'm saying? So it won't be any. Nah, I'm not finna do. It'll be between me and the parents. That's it. I'm not doing no. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's the way I've always been. You know. Right. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like that. You know, I don't. I don't. I don't like just giving, like, you know what I'm saying? Because that's just, that's like the whole, um this sick kid over here, and if you if you just pay 25 cents, 50 cent, you know what I'm saying, a day for this child, and it's just like, no. Well, those ones, for one, I know is a scam. For two, why am I going to be more concerned with kids over there, and there's kids over here who are just as hungry as them kids over there? Shouldn't those people over there be, shouldn't you be showing them commercials over there and showing commercials about the kids over here? I'm not finna neglect American kids. I'm not about to do that. You know what I'm saying? Just for some kids that I most likely will never meet, never see, don't even know if they actually are actual people. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather stay at home and take care of it domestically. That must be embarrassing for the parent that the kid's idol is a total stranger and not them as the parents. Right? Exactly. Sally Stiller's feed the children $5. You know what I'm saying? I'm not about to do that. When we got hungry kids here, why am I feeling like that? Like that don't make any sense. That really doesn't make any sense. I'm supposed to take care of all the way over. Like, no. Now, I would fly over there and I would do it that way, but not before I do it for the kids here. No, not doing it. And there's just as many kids hungry here as it is over there. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't about to do all that. The 50 cents before it reached them on everything. Yeah, that never made any sense to me either. Oh my God. See, there you go. There you go. Up the numbers again. Um, we're not talking about football. We're talking about important stuff right now, Lonnie. What to bring up the Niners. I'm pretty sure them Saints is gonna have them paper bags popping out soon. You must be new here. Yeah, he's new at every stream. Uh-oh. Where is Oh. Not the ace with the paper bags. I'm just saying. This is the second night in a row he came in here and we'll talk about the Niners. We're still in first place. Okay. let's let the record show. We're still in first place in our division. 3-game lead in our division. 3-game. I'm not tripping. We were expected to lose, but rather Rattler looking like he could be a quarterback. Oh no, definitely. You know, but the fact still remains: we're still first place in our division. Molly, I'm new also. I just Yo, Seven's up. What's going on, DG? Yeah. And we about to get back on the winning ways this weekend. So I might have a football live for y'all too. I haven't been given one this year. But I'll be able to. I'll tell y'all this. The latter part of the season, J Millie's football lives will be returning. Okay. When the games really matter. Sure, I might even throw in a college football game for y'all. Because I've been seeing college football being getting real serious. Ooh. I'm loving it. Yep, definitely are. So don't get trophies for losing. Yeah, I see. That's what you better be talking about. That's what you better be talking about. Yeah, we don't get no. Hey, Super Bowl hasn't happened yet. We still got to get through the rest of the season, playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Still a lot of work to do. But let the record show. We may have lost some Super Bowls, but we was in the game. In the game. You're going to have a winner or loser. But if you could make it, that means you was one of the two best teams in the league. We just happen to be the number 2 team in the league. It's all right. One day the Saints will, get back to the smart. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, Jay run that. You know what I'm saying? Facts more entertaining. A lot of yelling, a lot of losing. Part of being. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? He just behaved. Look, most teams that have the injuries we have would be dead to last right now. Yeah, because that's what happened to us last year, and it has happened to other teams. So the fact that we are able to do what we have done with all these injuries, you gotta respect it. Yeah, and it also helps to have another good quarterback too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. See. Okay. Look, y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all where all this stems from. Okay. This all stems from, and since Lonnie want to bring up past, he wants to bring up the past. Look. Lonnie's still mad because his New Orleans Saints with Drew Brees, got beat by the 49ers with Alex Smith. He's mad because Alex Smith outdueled Drew Brees. He said, "But I'm impressed y'all are doing that with all." Man, thank you. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, it's not easy. I know where this is going. Yeah. You remember that game? You remember that game that we went up 17-0 on y'all, and then y'all came back, tied it up at halftime, and then that last 5 minutes, back and forth, and then what happened? Wait, hold on, what happened? Alex Smith on a game-winning drive? What? Oh, I almost forgot. My bad. I almost forgot. There was something that happened in that game too. I believe you guys have to see. Guys had the ball, drove all the way down the field, got into the red zone, gave it to homeboy, and Hittner came. And that boy did a Steph Curry. Fumble, recovery, R ball, we go down and score. That was beautiful. Oh, and then that quarterback sweep. Remember when Alex, yeah, touchdown? But then that last drive started with Frank Gore, hit Vernon there on the side. And then hit Vernon for the catch. 3. Whew. Beautiful. Now we're on our way to the NFC Championship game. Yeah, that shit. Oof. See, I was happy. See, I get happy until I get to the point where I think about the NFC Championship game. Then I get mad all over again because of one guy. He said shots fired. Yeah, I'll put voodoo on. See, I knew it was something. That was a bounty on you. Yo, as a matter of fact, wasn't that during the time of the bounty gate where you know why we didn't win? Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Just because we had an incompetent player, don't do that. You know. But since we're talking about history, and you keep talking about Super Bowls, Wait, you know how we got Ricky Purcell on the team? Well, he wasn't the only Ricky that we've had. We've had Ricky Waters that was on that Super Bowl team. What was another Ricky? What was it? Ricky what? Ricky Jackson. And where did he come from? Oh, the New Orleans Saints. Yeah, see, he had to come to the Niners to get a Super Bowl. He had to come to the Niners to get a Super Bowl. I know. It don't. Well, you don't want bringing up the past. Hey, you don't want bringing up the past. You bringing it. You know what I'm saying? Everything that happened. I'm talking about this year. You want to bring up the past about us losing Super Bowls and everything. So I said, figure if you want to go to the past, we can go to the past. You know, we go to the past. You know, Saints Niners back when the Saints was in the NFC West. Yeah, we had battles. We had battles. You know. Now one game, I watched it. When did I watch that game? Might have been last year, I want to say. Um, it was when Archie Manning was going up against Joe Montana at Candlestick. That was a hell of a game. That was that was a hell of a game. Y'all haven't won a Super Bowl since. See, you keep bringing up the that's what really killed the 49ers. If y'all want to know what killed the 49ers, that damn rip, because Eddie DeBartolo. And they come to find out, this is what made me mad all over again about that whole situation. Come to find out, he didn't have to get rid of the team. He didn't have to get rid of the team. He could have kept the team. And as a matter of fact, he could have actually got the team back. But you know, all I want to say is this. Just because you got the genetics of somebody great, don't mean you're going to be great too. Because his daughter was a bumbling idiot. Okay, a bumbling idiot. She didn't know what to do. So what did she do? She goes and gives it to her husband, who was another bumbling idiot, who didn't know what to do. So what do? They give it to their bumbling-headed son, who had no idea what to do. And then he got it right, and then he got it all wrong again. It's just like, how do you fire? First of all, how do you even say you're going to fire a coach that has brought the 49ers back to relevancy? NFC Championship games, a Super Bowl, and you fire him because you don't like his attitude? And then you promote Jim Tom Sula to head coach? Our defensive line coach? Oh my God. And then just when you didn't think it could get any worse, Chip Kelly. Now I thought, okay, we got Kaepernick. Chip Kelly is that coach that, pretty much knows how to coach up that style of quarterback. That was absolutely the worst. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. Kyle Shanahan wanted to come on back, you know what I'm saying, make a return to San Francisco, because he was out here. He was out here as a little man, you know what I'm saying? A youngster, when his daddy was the OC for the Niners, That's why you always hear us talk about Niners and Broncos and that connection and being family and all that. It's the Shanahans. The Kubiaks. That is all, that is, you know what I'm saying? That's all under Bronco and Niner trees. You know what I'm saying? And none of that even happens without Bill Walsh. Bill Walsh started the whole thing. Because we went from Bill Walsh to George Seifert. And then George Seifert's the one that brought in Shanahan. Yeah. Because Seifert was not an offensive coach. He was our defensive coordinator. You know what I'm saying? He was our defensive coordinator. So he had to bring in somebody with an offensive mind. And when Shanahan came in, shoot, that year we had scored the highest points ever in the history of football. You know what I'm saying? Although, that game against the Eagles, I think it was like week 3, I think it was. Week 3, they stomped the mud hole in us. I mean, it was so bad that Steve Young had got into an argument with George Seifert on the sidelines, and I'm just like, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? Keep in mind, Deion wasn't even on the team at the time. That's what a lot of people don't know. He wasn't even on the team because he was still playing baseball. You know, he was still playing baseball, so we had to wait for him to, kind of finish that up, and then he would come. So I was like, damn, this ain't good. But we recovered, and we dominated that league, the entire league that year. Dominate. You know what I'm saying? We crushed everybody. Anybody in our way, we crushed them. You know, the regular season against the Cowboys, we crushed them. You know what I'm saying? The playoffs, we crushed everybody. You know, we crushed the Bears, then we crushed the Cowboys, then we crushed the Chargers. Mm-hmm. We completely dominated. I love that team. And then Deion had to go and put that damn star on. Like, you fucking like. But let the record show, he could be cowboyed up all he want. But who gave you your first? Remember that. See what I started? Yep, damn, that was a low blow. That like when I tell Shabaka his team has a West 49ers because it's going on 49 years since. Yep, Shanahan Kubiak connection. Coach Sanders. Yep, 89 to 90. The Niners gave him his first ring. Yep. You know. And you know, hey, it's not a low blow. You know why? Because how many Super Bowls has Lonnie been in? I'll wait. Since he want to talk about Super Bowls and all that, how many Super Bowls have you been in, Lonnie? I'm just gonna, you know, I'll wait. How many? Matter of fact, how many NFC Championship games have you been in? Were you in any NFC Championship games in the 70s? Niners were. 80s, 90s, 90s were. You got went all the way to the 2000s, 2009 to be exact. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, how many Super Bowls has been in? One, two, one, two, one, two. I'm just saying, if we're going to talk about Super Bowls, you know what I'm saying? let's do a Super Bowl count, because I see it. We got the 5 with the 3. That makes 8. Yeah, so we've been in 8 Super Bowls, and we've been in more NFC Championship games. You know that we have lost, but we have been there. It's a matter of getting there. So I'll see ways, you know. See, Lonnie want to come in here talking this shit. You know I can talk the shit right back. But when I tried to hit him up, you know what I'm saying? He don't want to talk to me no more. Lonnie don't like me no more, y'all. Yeah. Yeah, Broncos been in 8 Super Bowls too. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But we won't talk about a certain Super Bowl. hey, just hey, we're not gonna talk about one Super Bowl. You know, because I was actually mad. I was really mad about that Super Bowl because that Super Bowl bored the hell out of me. It bored the hell out of me because I'm like, I'm seeing what the Broncos is doing, and so I'm just like, okay, this is going to be a good Super Bowl. I wasn't all the pundits and the analysts that basically tried to bury us before the game and was like, oh, John Elway's going to come in and do this and do that and against the 49ers. We were like, what? He going to do what? You not see what the Niners been doing all year? Like, you know what I'm saying? Before 94, 89 was our most successful season. So just that whole 2 weeks, I was like, what is going on? Like, why are they giving all this praise to John Elway and the Broncos, and the Niners over here just like obliterated the NFC? Okay. Like, we went into Chicago and it was real foggy too. It was like one of them real foggy days out there, right? Like, you couldn't really barely see anything. It was cold and everything. And they tried to, like, oh no, the Niners are too soft, and like, what? And we went in there and beat that ass. Okay. So that's why I was just like, what? You know what I'm saying? And the game turned out the way the game turned out. I was just like, are we at least going to get a game out of this? Are they going to score another touchdown or something? Because it's kind of like real bad. Real bad. And that score, it still holds as number one in the record books. I know Seattle came close to it when they played y'all, which was kind of crazy because I'm like, I know they ain't about to beat our record. And the irony that it was the Broncos too was crazy. I'm like, damn. You know what I'm saying? But that was another game where I was kind of like, this is not what I'm expecting. And first of all, why was they having this game that game? Why did they have that? That game looked bad. That game looked, and I mean, yeah, that game was bad. I didn't enjoy watching that game. I did not enjoy watching that game at all. Because just the elements of it just looked off. I could yeah. Yeah, I was 3 at the time. I didn't become a Bronco fan until 1985. Yeah, I was just like, the Broncos got at least win one. Because it's not like you guys wasn't there, I actually thought you guys were going to beat the Giants that year. What was that? That was 86, I believe. It was 86. Because I was like, yeah, beat their ass. Beat their ass. Beat them. But I was even more happier when y'all had beat Green Bay. Because we almost got the rematch that year too. We almost got the rematch that year. We got to the NFC Championship game, and we had to play that muddy NFC Championship game in Green Bay. We almost had the rematch. We almost had the rematch. So I was, once they beat us, I was like, oh no, I'm going for the Broncos. I'm cheering for the Broncos. And then the next year, see, that's crazy. That's 2 years in a row we almost had the rematch. Because that next year, if Garrison Hurst didn't break his ankle against the Falcons, y'all would have been playing us. You know what I'm saying? That was another opportunity for the rematch. And you guys just obliterated Atlanta. That was another Super Bowl. I'm like, is this going to get competitive? Is it going to get competitive? Because this is boring. Yeah, to hell with the Jesus. I want to play y'all in the NFC Championship since y'all have history of losing. Well, like, you got to get there first. You got to get there first. You got to get there first. We have shown the ability to get there and win it. We need y'all to figure it out and come on and join the rest of us, you know, that be in these championship games. And look on the bright side. You know, you ain't got to worry about Diggs, and you ain't got to worry about, you know, the Minnesota Vikings. My God. Yep, we beat the hell out of the Falcons in 1998. Yeah, who you think is coming out of the NFC? To be honest with you, I have no idea. This is one of the most close seasons that we've had. Because I don't know. It's like from week to week, it's like up and down. You know, I thought the Eagles, to be honest with y'all, I thought the Eagles would still be undefeated. I thought the Eagles was going to come in and completely dominate. And they ain't been doing that. You know, I don't know. Because the Patriots are 4-2. And I don't know who does. I really don't know. I can't even pinpoint. You know, which is good. I like it that way. You know, because it kind of adds to the excitement. Not knowing. Um, I'm just glad I'm not playing fantasy. I'm just glad I'm not playing fantasy. Diggs, Diggs one hurt, but the Rams hurt more. True that. This season's too unpredictable. It is what the script. Yeah, it does seem that way. Broncos, Chargers, and Jags are 40. Yep, 5-1. Yep. Oh yeah, you know what I'm saying. And the Patriots is up there too. That's what I'm saying. It's like, I don't know. This is to be honest with y'all. If I had to predict anything, it would be the last week of the season or the last 2 weeks of the season are going to be the most important 2 weeks out of the whole year. Because I think we're going to be in, we're going to see a lot of ties. A lot of ties. And depending on how each division works out, you know, well, as far as we go, the only way that we lose the division is if we lose the overall games, you know, and one of the other teams, you know, does that. But as long as we maintain what we're doing, we pretty much have our season, our division wrapped up because we got tiebreakers. You know what I'm saying? On all three of them teams, we got a tiebreaker against somebody else too. So it's kind of good to be in that position because I think there's going to be a lot of ties towards the end. So you want to collect the wins, you know, so you can have those tiebreakers against the other teams in the conference, you know, because all of those, and I don't think a lot of people think about that. I think people just think about it just within like the division, but they don't think about the conference. And it's like the same way in the division it works in the conference. Whatever wins, like the Buccaneers. when we get into the seeding, like let's say the Buccaneers and us both make the playoffs, the Buccaneers are going to have that seat, that higher seed on us because they got the tiebreaker by beating us. So yeah. Yeah, I've been seeing the Colts. We're doing good with it. Yep. Yeah, we got our rematch against the Chargers the last week of the season. You did. We talking tiebreakers in October. Yes, we're talking tiebreakers in October because it's going to come down to that. Do you have the tiebreakers? By the way, yeah, that's what I was saying. If we, the only way we could lose our division is by the overall record. We've already beaten all three of them. We beat Seattle the first week of the season. Then we ended up beating the Cardinals, right? And we beat them at home. We beat Seattle on the road. We beat Arizona at home, and we beat the Rams down in our other home. Yeah, they are. They are. And they don't have a lot of their key players either. So, but hey, y'all, I'm about to go ahead and jump off of here. So, oh yeah, I'm about to go jump off of here. But yo, this was fun. This was fun. We're gonna do this again tomorrow, as usual. Tomorrow, y'all will find me over No Dirt Sheets for SmackDown. King Leo and the crew. And then I'll be live after that. So, since something else going on, but I'll remind y'all. But yeah, so